10 Gemstones of Ancient Greek Mythology. In the ancient world where gods of the earth and heroes carved their names into legends, gemstones were more than mere ornaments. They were sacred objects, talismans of cosmic power, and bridges between mortals and the divine. These stones carry stories that resonate to this day. Here are 10 of the most essential gemstones woven into the mythology and magic of ancient Greece. Remember to press and hold the like button, leave a comment, and hit subscribe before we begin. Ranked 10th, Jet. Jet, often referred to as the Wailing Stone, is a gemstone that stands out in the mineralogy world for its unique properties. It has the ability to absorb light, drawing you into its velvety black depths. Technically classified as lignite, jet is an organic gemstone that originated from ancient forests tens of millions of years ago. Its softness, warmth, and comforting presence in times of grief make it a unique and powerful gemstone. Historically, jet has been deeply associated with human grief and protection. The ancient Greeks and Romans believed it warded off evil spirits and protected the soul's journey through life. Centuries later, during the Victorian era, jet became a global symbol of mourning after Queen Victoria adopted it as her emblem of grief following the death of Prince Albert. Though lightweight, averaging about 1.3 to 1.4 grams per cubic centimeter, jet carries a rich legacy of spiritual and cultural resonance. Jet is more than a gemstone. It is a companion in grief, a relic of Earth's ancient past, and a reminder that not all beauty is meant to shine. Some beauty is meant to heal. Ranked 9th, Coral. Coral, often called the blood of Medusa, is one of gemology and mythology's most fascinating and paradoxical materials. According to Greek legend, when Perseus beheaded Medusa, her blood dripped into the sea, turning the sea foam into a glowing red coral. To the ancient Greeks, coral was not only a marine life, but also the crystallized quintessence of a myth, the fossilized blood of the Gorgon himself. Coral is organic, made of tiny polyps that secrete calcium carbonate, building structures that bridge the gap between life and minerals. Mined from depths of up to 650 feet, especially in the Mediterranean Sea, coral has long been a treasure of the ocean in human culture. Coral's duality makes it unique, fragile in nature but resilient in spirit. With a Mohs hardness of 3 to 4, coral has been used for thousands of years to create amulets, talismans, and jewelry that are said to ward off the evil eye and protect sailors from lousy luck. In ancient Greece, coral was considered a talisman, a link between humanity and the mysterious power of the sea. A single coral pendant may weigh only 15 to 20 grams, but its symbolic weight carries echoes of ancient seafarers, goddesses, and forgotten rituals, making it a significant part of history. Coral may not dazzle like a diamond, but its velvety red glow tells a myth, protection, and transformation story. Coral is a living artifact, more than a gemstone, a tangible reminder that beauty can emerge from the ruins of tragedy and that each wave can still carry a whisper of Medusa's legendary curse. Ranked 8th, Amber. Amber, known to the ancient Greeks as electron, embodies myth, sunlight, and ancient sorrow. According to Greek legend, Amber was born from the tears of the Heliades, the sun nymphs and daughters of Helios. After their brother Phaethon tragically fell from the sky while trying to control the chariot of the sun, the Heliades wept unceasingly. Their grief crystallized into drops of gold, which solidified into amber as it fused with tree resin and sunlight. To the Greeks, amber was liquid light that turned to stone, a symbol of mourning and the beauty of heaven. Scientifically, amber is a fossilized resin formed over 30 to 50 million years from ancient forests. Amber is organic, light, about 1.05 to 1.10 grams per cubic centimeter, and soft with a hardness of only 2 to 2.5 on the Mohs scale. Yet it holds something unique: perfectly preserved fossilized air bubbles, prehistoric pollen, and even tiny insects, offering a rare glimpse into ancient ecosystems. The Greeks admired amber's natural ability to generate static electricity when rubbed, inspiring the root of the modern word electricity. Amber does not refract light like diamonds or sapphires. Instead, it glows softly from within, radiating honey gold, cognac, or deep sunset orange. Amber has been crafted into beads, amulets, and talismans for millennia. In ancient Greece, wearing amber was believed to carry the protective essence of the sun itself, a protection against disease and dark omens. Today, Baltic amber, especially pieces containing ancient inclusions, are still highly prized by collectors, artisans, and spiritual practitioners. Ranked 7th, Sardonyx. Sardonyx, often revered as the talisman of orders, has been revered for centuries as a stone of eloquence and persuasion. This unique gemstone, a member of the Quartz family, is easily recognized by its distinctive reddish-brown sard bands layered with brittle white agate. Formed over millions of years through the slow sedimentation of silica, Sardonyx mirrors the very structure of a well-crafted speech, layered, balanced, and impactful. With a hardness of about 6.5 to 7 on the Mohs scale, it is durable and delicate, much like the orators of ancient Greece and Rome, who carried it as a personal talisman. In ancient times, Sardonyx was a favored gemstone for philosophers, senators, and speakers. It is said that Roman politicians, such as Cicero, wore sardonyx rings, believing that the stone enhanced clarity of thought and provided confidence during heated debates. Sardonyx was not limited to the political arena. Even warriors carved images of gods and heroes into its multi-layered surface, hoping to evoke the stone's guiding and persuasive powers. The natural contrast between the warm sard tones and the cool white agate bands visually represents the duality necessary in speech, a balance between emotional appeal and logical reasoning. Today, sardonyx remains an exquisitely prestigious gem. Often sourced from India, Brazil, and Uruguay, it is cut into polished reliefs, incised stones, or cabochons weighing between 15 and 25 carats. Sardonyx is a tribute to the enduring power of words, a reminder that actual influence is not built on volume, but on clarity and conviction. It serves as an inspiration to all who understand the true power of eloquence. Ranked 6th, Chalcedony. Chalcedony, often called the merchant stone, has been quietly influencing the world of commerce and diplomacy since the days of the ancient marketplaces. This microcrystalline quartz, with its soft translucency and shades of blue, gray, white, and pale lavender, has been a trusted companion of both merchants and negotiators. With a hardness of about 6.5 to 7 on the Mohs scale, Chalcedony was durable enough to travel ancient trade routes and was carved into rings, seals, and intaglios, symbols of trust and authority in the bustling agoras and ports of the Mediterranean. Chalcedony glows softly, diffusing light softly through its fibrous structure. Ancient Greek and Roman merchants believed that the gemstone enhanced communication, brought calm to tense negotiations, and protected against deception. It was more than just a decorative object. It was a talisman of diplomacy and subtle power, helping its owner navigate the treacherous world of commerce calmly and clearly. Chalcedony reminds us that success in commerce and life is not always about volume or power, but balance, trust, and the quiet power to guide conversations toward prosperity. Ranked 5th, Obsidian. Obsidian, often called the volcanic blade, is where geology and ancient craftsmanship collide. Obsidian is formed when molten lava cools rapidly without crystallizing. Smooth, dark, and incredibly sharp as nature's glass. Despite its moderate hardness of 5 to 5.5 on the Mohs scale, obsidian can be broken to produce edges sharper than steel. This property has amazed ancient cultures and even modern surgeons. In ancient times, the Greeks harvested obsidian from volcanic islands like Melos, shaping it into arrowheads, daggers, and ceremonial tools. But obsidian's role extended beyond utility. It was revered as a weapon and a mystical mirror. Polished obsidian slabs are used by shamans and mystics as mirrors to peer into the unseen or confront hidden truths. Their deep, reflective black surface, sometimes accented with mahogany or gold and silver tones, invites introspection and carries an air of mystery. Obsidians symbolize protection, transformation, and raw elemental power to the ancients. Obsidian continues to captivate jewelers and collectors who appreciate its bold, minimalist beauty. Found in volcanic regions such as Armenia, Iceland, and the American West, obsidian is often crafted into polished cabochons or left in its raw, primitive form, weighing between 50 and 200 grams. Obsidian is a relic of Earth's fiery past, a volcanic creation that has served humanity as a blade and a mirror. It remains a timeless reminder that the most potent tools often emerge from the most violent forces of nature. Ranked fourth, hematite. Hematite, often called blood of the battlefield, has long been considered a stone of strength and survival. Its name comes from the Greek word haima, meaning blood, referring to the crimson streak it leaves behind despite its dark metallic gray color. Beneath its polished surface lies a hidden crimson pulse, symbolic of the lifeblood spilled on countless ancient battlefields. Composed of iron oxide, hematite is dense and strong, weighing about 5.3 grams per cubic centimeter, giving it a reassuring heft in hand, like holding a piece of the molten heart of the earth. In ancient Greece and Rome, amulets and seals carved from hematite often bore the image of Ares or Mars, the gods of war. But hematite's powers are not limited to the physical. Its reflective surface acts as a mirror, encouraging warriors and philosophers to look inward and face their fears and ambitions. Today, hematite is sourced from Brazil, South Africa, and the American Midwest, where it continues to captivate collectors and jewelers. Cabochons ranging from 20 to 50 carats are often set in sterling silver or blackened steel, presenting a minimalist yet powerful aesthetic. Hematite is a relic of resilience, a symbol of endurance on and off the battlefield. It reminds us that true strength is forged in action, reflection, and balance. Ranked third, carnelian. Long revered as the warrior's talisman, carnelian is a gemstone that speaks the language of courage and vitality. Ranging in hues from deep burnt orange to blood red, carnelian has empowered the spirits of ancient warriors and leaders for millennia. This iron oxide-colored agate glows with an inner warmth, like a stone carrying the last light of a dying sun. With a hardness of 6.5 to 7 on the Mohs scale, carnelian is durable and pleasant, warm to the touch like a talisman passed down through the generations. Carnelian was carved into amulets, rings, and seals in ancient Greece and Rome, with warriors believing the gemstone could enhance their courage and physical endurance. Carnelian radiates a subtle inner glow, an ember-like glow reminiscent of the quiet determination of a warrior at dawn. Even today, carnelian, sourced primarily from India, Brazil, and Egypt, is set in rings and pendants and paired with sterling silver or copper to honor its historical origins. More than a decorative stone, carnelian symbolizes boldness, leadership, and action. It reminds us that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the will to move forward despite fear. Worn on the battlefield and in the Senate Hall, carnelian carries the enduring spirit of those who lead with strength and heart. Ranked second, quartz. Quartz, often called the frozen breath of the gods, has fascinated humanity for millennia with its perfect clarity and ethereal presence. In ancient Greece, rock crystal was considered eternal ice, the frozen breath of the gods themselves sculpted on earth. The Greeks called it kristallos, meaning ice, believing that the gemstone originated from the heavens, unmelted or undigested. Quartz forms in hexagonal prisms and clusters of pure silicon dioxide, growing as frozen pillars deep within the earth. Its Mohs hardness of 7 is durable and long-lasting, yet its cool, smooth surface evokes the fragile purity of pristine snow or glacial water. Rock crystal was translated as the bridge between ancient temples' mortal and divine realms. Seers used polished quartz spheres to peer into the unseen world, seeking visions from Olympus. Priests used carved quartz vessels to hold sacred oils, believing the stone amplified spiritual energy. It is a stone of focus and purity, illuminating not with flash, but with stillness. Rock crystal quartz is found today in Brazil, Madagascar, and the United States. Individual clusters can weigh from a few ounces to hundreds of pounds, with perfect specimens prized by collectors and spiritual practitioners. Whether carved into amulets, spheres, or left in their crystal form, rock crystal continues to embody the cool, unyielding breath of the forgotten gods, a relic of a world where myth and matter were one. In first place, amethyst. Amethyst, known as the Stone of Dionysus, carries a legend as rich as its deep purple color. In Greek mythology, Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, created the first amethyst in an act of penance. When his wrath threatened a maiden named Amethystos, Artemis saved her by transforming her into pure white quartz. Dionysus, feeling guilty, poured his wine on the stone, dyeing it a royal purple, and creating what we know today as amethyst. Since that day, amethyst has been considered a talisman against drunkenness, a gemstone that balances passion and restraint. Amethyst deserves to be at the top of this list for its beauty and profound influence across cultures, myths, and history. Of all the gemstones associated with ancient Greek civilization, few have connected the spiritual, the practical, and the symbolic as seamlessly as amethyst. While other stones were mined for power, wealth, or protection, amethyst was the only one that could walk the line between the sacred and the secular. It was used in the temples of mystics and the hands of warriors and partygoers. No other gemstone embodies the duality of Dionysus, the god of joy and discipline, as profoundly as amethyst. It symbolizes the constant reminder that even in chaos, balance is key. Amethyst's versatility also contributes to its prominence. From ancient banquet cups to diplomats' seals and amulets worn in battle, amethyst is the people's gemstone. It protects the mind from excess, soothes the soul in moments of indulgence, and sharpens focus amid chaos. Its deep, majestic hue has symbolized royalty and enlightenment for centuries, marking it as a gemstone with earthly power and higher wisdom. Amethyst has touched more aspects of ancient life, culturally, spiritually, and materially, than many similar stones. That's why it dominates this ranking, not just as a stone, but as a myth crystallized in purple. Each stone whispers a legend about the earth's raw power and the gods who imbued them with their sacred essence. Their magic endures forever, woven into jewelry, rituals, and timeless tales passed down through the generations. Which of these legendary stones is your favorite? Share your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this journey through history and myth, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the ancient world.